Hello, 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 all my machine heads, and welcome back to Greenlands. We are Greenlands. We are going to do something special this episode. First and foremost, let me turn my mic up. Let me welcome all of you to the super duper awesome realistic farming channel. We're bringing back the basics, everyone. We're going old school. We're going to bring back super realistic, where we use real tractors, we use real equipment, we have realistic tutorials, and we have a real lot of fun. I had a lot of time to think over this weekend and over this last week. My apologies for not putting out a video, but I wanted to have some discussions with some people in the farm sim community that I really respect. So I've made a decision. I am not going to worry about it anymore. I've been stressing about these short videos, long videos, and I've come to the conclusion that I've made a name for myself doing hour-long videos. So that's what we're going to do. If you guys want to fast forward, you can fast forward through them. I don't care anymore. I mean, I do. I love each and every one of you, and you guys are awesome. I was over at Farmer Z's stream the other night, and what an amazing dude he is. So make sure you guys go check him out. But I did some changes. Let me give you guys a quick tour here. I went ahead and I remember this was modified to only take hay. Well, I fixed that. We're still only going to do hay. That part of it we're not going to change. But I took it and I made it so it takes straw now. And check this out. I got a new mod. This is called the manure heap. The mini manure heap, and it can go anywhere inside. Get this, ready? It can go here. It can go in here. It can go all the way in here. So if you have a pen that you have access to get into the middle, you can put that in here, and your manure will come inside your pen. And then you can muck it out yourself. So if you wanted to put it right in here and then come and scoop your manure out, it's absolutely doable. This thing I stumbled across when I was on one of the mod sites earlier today. So we got our cows, as you see. We got slurry, we got straw, and we got milk coming soon. 17 milk. So we're going to go basics. I'm still going to record. I'm going to record for an hour. I don't care anymore. It's not going to deviate from that. I really enjoy it. It was just, I have to pick on you guys, because it was absolutely hilarious that as soon as I put out a short video, everybody's like, Fury. Hey, Vic's playing Farm Sim. As soon as I put out a short video, everybody's like, hey, Fury, where's the long videos? Where is the long videos? We want them. And it's funny because I was over at Farmer Z's stream, and I see a bunch of you guys that I recognize from my channel. So that is absolutely awesome. It's great. It's fantastic. So as you see, we played a little bit ahead. No more. There was a tree here, everyone, and I cut it down. So we got a few sticks. That's fine. Not the end of the world. If this map gets updated, I don't care. This is the one I'm playing on. This is the version I'm playing on. I like it. As they say, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I got started a little bit late today because it's about 11:22. And we got started late because I was over checking out some 4X maps for wait for it. I'm going to be bringing back Multiplayer Tuesday. Dun, dun, dun. So we got this all harvested. And I went ahead and I changed, and I thought to myself, you know, one of those massive discussions that I've always have with myself. Holden gets a kick out of that when I say that. I'm going to have, 10 to 15 acre fields, so I can't do that little tiny field, that little tiny harvester. So we went not ginormous. We went ginormous in the header, but we didn't go ginormous in the machine. And we decided to go Case and Massey Ferguson. I'm going to go red. So there you go. We're going to come up on it. You're going to see it. We're going to harvest today. This will be a running clock, as I've always done. You guys know me. And where we leave off is where we leave off, and we'll pick up the next day, and that's it. You guys are funny. It's funny because I love each and every one of you, and you can tell. I also downloaded this new case. This is off the in-game mod hub, Case Puma. It's 185 horsepower. You can have front loader, attacher. And my favorite, you can take off the fenders. So when you're in here, you can see better to mow. But this is only 185 horsepower. But look at this. So if you ever want to play with the HUD off, look, it's got the time, it's got everything right there, so you can turn the HUD off and still have your time. It's pretty neat. So, and I also got the case 7150 because this field right here is 12 acres. Well, 8.9 acres. So I don't want to be on it all day long. I mean, I don't care anymore. I just want to make videos, and I've been worried myself to death lately about what's going on. Let's see, enable straw. And I literally did not put out a video. I've only put out one this week, and it was super short. Let's see. Turn on, right? Turn on. Oh. There we go. Apparently I got to do it that way. I'm going to hit my... Well, apparently my sim dashboard is not running, so I'm going to have to do things the old school way today. But this will give us... And we're going to... I haven't quite decided if we're going to do bales. Let me put this down and get my steering wheel hooked up so I can drive with you guys and do it the right way. Okay. Let's do that one. Do it the old school way and hit the 3 button for the cruise control. Okay. But yeah, I spent the better part of the last 48 hours worrying myself to absolute death about these shorter videos or long videos, and I've come to the conclusion that it's not healthy for me, and B, it's not healthy for you guys. The cool thing about it is that it gave me a chance to step away, step out of my inner sanctum called my dining room and my screen. I did play a little bit today and yesterday, just getting this set up. I played about, we left each other at 8:30, so I played about an hour and a half today, but getting it set up, you know, running stuff back and forth from the farm, getting this harvester ready to go and things like that. So I just wanted to I took some time off. I know you guys were excited about another video coming out, and we're going to go right back up again. We're going to start releasing videos on a daily basis. It's going to be an hour. It's going to be a running clock. You guys seem to like it when I leave off. I pick up right where I leave off because it feels like you guys can watch it with me. And it was fun. Oh, and I promised Ian. I think that's how you pronounce your name, Ian, right? I-A-N. I would assume that's Ian. He asked me if I could do a video when we get ready here on plowing. What I will do, though, Ian, is I will explain. Go back and watch fourth or fifth episode of Old Stream Farm. I explained the difference between a subsoiler and a plow. Okay? Then, when you come back here, you'll have an idea of what each one does, because I only use a subsoiler. I'm also have been brought to my attention that I must start rolling my fields. Now, that doesn't work, so I'm going to have to use some dashboard is not hooked up. It's killing me. I told you guys that I'm going to have the answer to the trivia question here, too. Very, very quickly here, as soon as I get set up. Oh, man. I got to use my keyboard? What is that? Who uses a keyboard anymore? I use some dashboard. But yeah, I spent the better part of 2 full days, and my poor wife, my Lord, she put up with me and put up with me and put up with me. You know, basically I want to be honest. I've always been honest with you guys, and you guys know this. For those of you who watch the whole hour, I understand. I know Jonathan watches them at 2 times speed, and I know a couple of people only go to the parts that they like. But there are a few of you out there that watch every minute, and it's important. To me, it really is, and I wanted to let you know that it's super important to me. But it's apparent to me that we've established a realistic channel, and we've established a pattern of doing an hour video, and I tell you, I've been told by you guys always look out for me, that don't worry about the numbers, don't worry about the numbers. And it's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's very hard to not look at the numbers. I've got so much planned for this channel. I don't think I'll ever live stream. And the reason why I don't think so is because, from what I understand, YouTube loves the live stream, but it affects a lot of things. You know, it affects like whoever, like the say for example, like Farmer Z, he had like 60 or 70 people in there watching last night, and those 60 people are watching, but he doesn't get counted as views or anything. So they've watched the whole 3-hour stream, but he doesn't get credit for it or anything. But if he put the video out of him farming, and 60 people watched it, he gets the credit for 60 views. So I'm thinking on this farm we are going to use a loading wagon. It's just something, I don't know. Part of me wants to do the realistic bales, but I'm afraid to do round bales on this map. I think I'm going to have to do square if I do them, because look at this map. I love it though. It's absolutely set up perfect because it's realistic. But we've established ourselves as real farmers and what we do, and you guys have questions, and just same thing as Ian did, and that is what right there, when I read his comment, that absolutely changed everything. Because many of you, many of you, of our family members come on here and they want to learn about farming because they don't know themselves. So it's easier for me to teach something. I just don't know what you guys know and what you don't know. So I'm on here just farming, you know. And 3. Who uses a keyboard anymore? But I was getting to the point where I was worrying myself sick, and I was worried about, you know, this and this and this, and I can't do it anymore. We're going to put out our videos, and they're going to be an hour long, and they're going to be fun, and we're going to be interactive, and we're going to bring back our trivia, and we're going to do the things that we wanted to do. And I personally, from Fury Machine's heart, you know, from my heart to yours, thank you for those who supported me. Thank you who said it doesn't matter what length videos I put out, you're going to watch them anyways. To an old guy like myself, that means a ton. You know, a really good friend of mine, Reefy, 1952, you guys have seen him in the comments. He kind of went away a little bit because he was honest. And the one thing I love about the guy is he's honest. When I was on Forest Valley, he doesn't like that kind of map, you know. So, I reached for my thing. Sorry. Whoops. He's the thing about him, like I said, is that he is amazing in the sense that he'll tell you how it is. He had a channel of his own, and he decided that it was interfering with his personal life. So basically he said, I'm done. You know, and I can't respect that. But he came right out and he told me, very first episode of Forest Valley, he said, Jim, I don't like this map. I don't like it. So he wasn't watching. He was just like, boom, 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 boom. And there's maps that you guys don't like, and there's maps that you do like. Some people do like the forestry maps. But it's rough because, you know, I can't please everybody, unfortunately. But I do want to please people like that because he's been around the block and he knows what he's doing, and he's a super friend of mine. But like he said to me, he said, I got to the point on my channel where I just didn't care what people thought anymore. I'm going to put out what I want to put out, and as fun as I want to put it out, and if people want to watch, they'll watch, and if they don't, they don't. Okay? So that's what I've decided to do. I'm going to take his wonderful advice. Like, I feel bad too because I got into this depression where I took away the multiplayer Tuesdays, and those two guys, Ranger and CC, were so devastated especially Ranger, who is becoming a really good friend of mine. He was absolutely devastated because he was looking forward to him. He got all the same mods as me. CC went out and bought a mic and spent money so that he could play video games with me on camera. And I let those guys down, and that's what happened. You know, I feel that I just got so depressed and so inside myself that it was just beyond depressing. So we're going to bring that back. We're going to go old school. We're going to bring back the love. We're going to bring back the thing. And on Tuesdays, now I've got those guys deciding on 2 maps, just so everybody knows. It's either going to be Clarkson Farm because, and the reason why I'm choosing this, please make it to the end. Make it to the end. Don't run. No. Fairy, stop. I want to do a 4X map with multiplayer because I don't want them on this one because it's too small. My controller not working? There it goes. I gotta go like this. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go like this. It's just too, what's the word I'm looking for? It's too small. So we want to do a 4X. So I've got those guys deciding. I sent them both messages today. It's either going to be Clarkson Farm, the new 4X one that came out, or it's going to be Calmsden Farms. And I'm going to let those two hash it out, whatever they want. We are not going to have a ton of mods in that game, just because. Now, well, all right, once this is full, I've got to finish filling the chickie poos. Because they only got, like, the little bags that, remember, they sprouted everywhere? So I'm going to let those guys decide, and then that will be every Tuesday. So remember, Wednesday's video will be from Multiplayer Tuesday night, okay? And I want those guys to get super excited about it again, and I want them to get right back in. And it's going to be open to all, except for, I think it might be only PC only, because of the fact that, oops, wrong button. It's a good thing I remember how to do this. Yeah, my sim dashboard didn't hook up. Oh, I know why. Because, guys, I got a little story to tell you. Ever since, remember way back in the day when Fury's house got struck by lightning? Remember that? You guys remember? You remember? I've been fixing problem after problem after problem after problem with this this house since, right? So here's the little. Let me get this going here again and hit my cruise so I can talk. I am steering, but I'm not really. I don't have to think. I just drive. But anyway, so the wife and I, we lost. Our cable went completely wonky. Absolutely. We went from 75 channels down to 6. And my internet, oh my lord. Oh my lord. My internet went from I was getting about 120 megs download and about 7 upload, which isn't the greatest internet, but it's also not the worst. Oh, to let you guys know, too, I turned down the resolution back to 100 because I was starting to get major stutters and stuff. So I was like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do it. But anyway, so we went down to 6 channels, and my speeds on my internet, like I would load up YouTube, and it would take me like 2.5 hours to upload my video. And we did that for like a month or 2 months or something like that ever since the lightning struck. So finally, today I went down and got my new internet box and stuff, because with all the COVID and everything, they didn't have any workers to come out to the house. Plus, I live literally in the middle of nowhere, so for them to come out to my house is quite the trek. Most people can't even figure out where I live because back up here. I gotta raise the header. Raise the header. I don't know why I'm shutting the machine off, but that's okay. So I said, well, I'll drive the 15 miles or whatever with gas prices the way they are. Absolutely insane. And I got off the phone with the tech, and I said, I'll make a trip down there. I'll get it. So I get this box back home, and it comes with a home phone and all that stuff. So I'm trying, which we had a home phone before. So I hook it all up and get it all set up, and everything's rocking and rolling. First test I did on my internet was I got 238 megabytes download speed, and I jumped from 7 to 16 upload speeds. So that is like, it's like triple what I was getting before. So it was fantastic. But the reason I tell you guys that story is because that's what happened to my sim dashboard. Once my sim dashboard is disconnected from the internet, it doesn't like it anymore. So I never when you disconnect it from the internet, you have to re-sync it with the computer. And I never did that. Sorry, my legs are sticking again. Well, I tell you, every time I take a shower before I get ready to record, and then I stick to my leather chair. Absolutely crazy. So that was a cool little story, and I got it all hooked up, and I'm excited because tomorrow morning when I upload this to YouTube, I used to upload them at night, but YouTube sent me an email saying that the majority of the traffic is for the United States is after midnight. So everybody's thinking the same thing. They're like, oh, we're just going to, upload at night. So I was getting like, it used to take me like 2.5, 3 hours to upload an hour video. Oh, man. It was absolutely crazy. I can't wait. Like, I was sitting there. I started downloading a bunch of mods today because with that download speeds, it's like a mod that's like, for example, I was messing around with Hobo Farms a little bit and then Calmston Farms today. Those maps are like 500 megabytes, and I did it in like a minute. It was like, not even. It was like, dunk, dunk, dunk. It was done. It was great. I haven't had internet speeds like that in a long, long time. So I'm excited about that. But we did have a couple of issues. My Farmall tractor, I was telling Farmer Z last night, we blew a tire. Fury was pulling it out of the barn, and behind our barn, my picture on my banner on my page is my tractor. That's my tractor. Now that barn that's sitting in front of is mine. That's parked inside of it. So right behind the barn, right by the back door, is a barbed wire fence that led to our soybean field. Okay? And I'm backing out. Now my dog jumps up, and my Rottweiler jumps up, and he sits on my lap all the time. And it's only a one-seat tractor. It's just a little, it's probably about 37 horsepower. It's not very powerful. But we go for rides, and I take the wife for a ride, and she sits on the fender. She's so small, she can't even bend the fender. When I sit on it, the fender hits the tire. My fat butt goes, but so anyways, I'm pulling out, and the dog's sitting in my lap, and I run into the side of the barbed wire with the tire, the back tire, and boom, there goes all the air. Well, that freaked my dog out to where he jumped off the tractor, and as he jumped off the tractor, he dislocated his hips. So we spent some time at the vets, and got him all hooked up. But his meds, he's probably about 200% better now. He can walk and do the things he needs to do now. And I was able to. It was so bad, everyone, that he going off my back porch. Whoops, the brakes on this tractor or truck are terrible. Harvester. He couldn't get off the porch, so I was taking the vet gave us a sling to put behind his, because apparently when they dislocate their hips, there's nothing they can do. Nothing. And he's 13, so it's not like he's young. So we had for the first couple of days, we had this sling underneath his hindquarters, and I was picking him up on the back end, but you don't know how to do it. You don't know how strong. And my big Rottweiler goes about 100 pounds. So he's super strong in the front legs. Remember, he can jump up on a tractor from the ground. He's super strong. So, I grab him by the hind legs, and I got this sling, and I'm picking him up, and his back legs are off the ground, and he's walking on his front. It was almost like a cartoon. But then we go down the step, and my porch, where it comes off my house, is 100% like there's very steep stairs. I had to build them that way because, wow, that is a super hill. I'm thinking we might just do a loading wagon. I'm serious. These are some seriously steep hills. I don't even know if I want to take the chance of loading up bales on hills like this because you load it up on the wagon and it's gone. Anyway, so I'm picking them up, and we only have 3 steps, but they're super steep. Super steep. And he's dragging me down. And that was about 4 days. Well, 5, we're in day 5 now. And they gave him some hip and joint medicine. Of course, that crap is expensive. Anybody who has dogs know that anything for your dog is super expensive. Super expensive. When you're talking, you get into $100 for medicine for a dog. It's pretty funny. It's not funny when you have to pay for it. It's not like insurance covers it. All right, so let's decide here. We don't want to go up and down because the steepness. Let me get this last headland done, and I think we'll go up top. We'll go straight across. Because I think what I'm going to do here, well, when I get up top, I'll do it. So today was the first day, day 5 of him. I had to go off, and I'm a moderator over on Farmer Z's stream. So I had to leave the stream to give the dog his medicine. It was funny. He gobbles it down like it's Skittles. He thinks it's a regular treat. When we first got him, he didn't like the taste of them. We had to stick him in his dog food. I had to break this pill up and sprinkle the powder on top of his dog food, and only to get him to eat it. And then he would know it was there because he's smart. So then I had to start adding water to his dog food to make it soft so that he could eat it. It was pretty funny how we had to trick him. But day 5, today he woke up. He was so bad the first couple of days that he couldn't even get off. Like, I have my dog kennel trained so that, like, if my wife and I leave for the day, he goes in his kennel. And I learned that because my son is a dog behavioral specialist. He runs Haven's Academy, dog training and dog behavior specialist. Like, he has people that bring problem dogs to him, and he helps them, like, work on that stuff. So I asked him, I was like, so what do I do and stuff? He says, well, the dog will let you know when he's... Yes, this isn't so bad here, this way here. He'll let you know when he's healthy enough, and sure enough, this morning, man, he jumped up off the floor, and he's still a little weak in the hindquarters, not gonna lie. Dogs heal. But we have him kennel trained, and we shut the kennel right off. I wouldn't even let him go in it. So what I did is I took all his beds. He's got like 6 beds in this house. Because at one time my wife and I had 4 dogs. And as they get older and they pass away and they do this and they do that, and then my sister took 1. And so we're all the way down to just him now. He's acquired all of these beds from all these dogs, and they're huge. And so I took all his beds out of his kennel, and I put him on the floor, and he's been sleeping on the floor for tonight is day 5. But today, this morning, holy crap, he jumped up, looked at me at 6:30 this morning, and just said, I want to go out. And he starts running out the door. Well, he's like scared to death of letting him run out, thinking he's going to hurt his hips again. But my son assured me that he will go as far as he'll go, and if he gets hurt, he gets hurt. That's his, dogs know when they're healthy. And no sooner than the S word, no sooner than shh, you know what I'm saying. He went off that steps and porch, and of course his legs weren't strong enough, so he was, I'm going to stop that right there. And I'm going to head down. Let's see. Hopefully that won't roll. The only thing bad about this case, 7150, it's not very powerful. But I didn't want to spend either. We only got 197,000 left. But no sooner than it was fast. It was funny to me how fast he healed. But thank you, all everyone from Farmer Z's stream that wished us well, wished him well, sent their prayers. He's a good doggy. He's 13. He's old. He doesn't have his Rottweiler color anymore. He's almost all gray. But he's a farm dog. He's been raised on a farm, so he's had a good life. He's healthy. But you still love him, and you still want to make him as comfortable as you can. You know, I get nervous. Now, I kind of figured this tractor may be just a little bit small for these hills. The only reason I got the front loader is because we're going to have manure. I fixed that pen all up nice, and the 200 pens that just came out in the mod hub are... Yeah, we're going to have to go to a bigger tractor. This is not like in these hills. Not with this grain. This is 185 horsepower, and this tractor's like, no. So, I'm going to take this up. We're going to go on down to the store. I'm going to trade this in, and we're going to buy a bigger one. It may cost us more money, but I'll buy the 435 horsepower one just so we have the biggest tractor. And we'll use a telehandler or skid steer for our farm work. Now, I'm hoping this fits most of this, because we were only at 57. I just love the feel of this map. It really feels good. It feels like a giant valley. I think I have this tipping left. Yes. All right, 18,000 liters. I'm going to fill up our chickens with it. And then we're going to take this case down. I'm going to sell it off, and I'm going to buy a bigger one. I knew it. I love the look of this thing, though. This is a great tractor. For those of you who want to use this on Old Stream Farms, this is on the in-game mod hub. This Case Puma, it's 185. It's 185 horsepower. It's a super nice looking tractor and super nice looking mod. But for these hills and stuff, we're going to need some serious horsepower. And that sort of thing. But, so anyways, getting back to my story, I'm super glad that he's healthy and super glad that he's doing better. But getting back to about the videos, I think for me, in 20 minutes, I didn't feel like I was getting anything done. And I thought, if I've got to spend the time 2 or 3 or 4 hours playing off camera to get anything done, that's not worth it. But we are going to stay with the 1 day months. Well, this should load right into there, right? Perfect. We'll see if this takes it all for, what do we have, 10 chickens? Is it going to let me put them? No, there we go. I was going to say, it's going to let me put them all in there. And then we'll take this down to the store. It just feels like I'm getting more done this way. Not more done. More productive videos. That's just what it feels like to me anyways. Here, and we'll sell this off when, well, actually no, whatever we get off this field here, because we're going to have to continue to grow either wheat or barley. So if that's the case, what you got to understand, if you're going to grow the same crop year after year, you have to use oilseed radish, or you will lose a lot of the I am going to drop this right here and go on down to the store real quick. You will lose nutrients and things, so you got to use the oilseed radish. But let me point out something to you guys too. Okay, so you know how we took out the hedges and we took out the fences and everything, right? Look at this. They have natural borders around them to begin with because they were natural fields. So if we didn't even want to put up fences, but we wanted to use these as like roads, we could. Like we can combine this one and that one ahead, make a big field, and put a road here, like a thing, so I can drive here. So we may do that. Or do you guys want to see the fences? I don't know. I like how close we are to the store. But see, we can combine literally that field, and that field to make one ginormous one, and they're still split up. See, they got these little things. This is where the hedges were. It's kind of neat. Though. Whoever made this map is a genius because they thought about it and they thought, well, they're going to give people that want to play it the way it is the chance to play it the way it is. And they're going to give people the chance that want to build their own stuff. All right, so let me get this bad boy out of here. Let's see. Hopefully we might not have enough. So, everyone, we may have to take out a loan. In fact, I think we're going to have to. Because I got to start having some bigger equipment. Let's go all the way up to the $500,000 loan. But the person that made this map is an absolute genius because now you can literally start a new farmer like we did, but get rid of everything if you wanted and start your own map. But it has the town and it has everything like Reefy said, you know. Why don't we take, since it let me, why don't we take $1 million loan out? Yes, it's going to take us forever to pay it off, but the reason why I say that is because I'm going to spend $400,000 of it right here. And we're going to go over to here. And I'm going to get this bad boy. This is my all-time favorite tractor for sure. Boom. See? I didn't change any of the wheels or anything. I just wanted the 400 horsepower. We'll get through the changing of the wheels. I can do that right here, actually. Watch this. I have this cool mod. Allows me to do this. And I want to make sure that I have... that's a variable. Yeah, let's go 435, but the 435 is power shift. Let's go 417 so we have the variable. It's still much. And then the wheels. Wheel weights. There we go. Is there a wide with wheel weights? Yes, there we go. Now we got the beefy looking tractor. And we got the CVT transmission, which is way better. But anyways, yeah, I was teaching you guys. If you want to plant the same crop in a row, you can. But you have to do several things. First of all, your nitrogen level will drop dramatically because the wheat, you try not to grow the same crops over and over and over again. You want to try to rotate between a cereal and a legume, which is your beans or your sunflowers. And if you do corn, you want to make sure your field is empty the next year because corn sucks the nutrients right out of the ground. And it's because, if you think about reality, the fruit on a corn, which is what your corn is, it's the fruit, is so big and it takes so many nutrients right out of the soil. So if you ever, you want to do corn, make sure if you guys want to play as super realistic as you can, if you plant corn the next year, you want to keep that field empty. If you plant wheat, you can come back and you can plant the same family. Like if I did wheat, I could come back and I can do barley the next year because they're just a slightly different. But the most important thing you got to do is you got to plant oilseed radish to hold the ground together. So because we have chickens and we need our straw, we're going to have to grow at least some sort of straw producing. But there's ways around it. So if you did wheat, you could do oats next. Same family, but different. A little bit different stalks. Shorter fields or shorter whatever stalks. There. I can get this off here. We can go back to harvest and see. And it just feels like we can play real. And then if we ever wanted to, look at this. We can go through here and clear those trees out and make a field. So it's the best of both worlds. You can create your own. You got vlogging. You got this map is great. But it's not for everybody because there's a lot of people that really don't like these undulating maps. They don't. Oh, you know what I was going to do? I was going to do this. Let's go here. And we're going to detect width. Where is our width? Yes, 13.5. And we're going to go, yeah, 13.5. And then we're going to go, why is it making me go an angle? I should be able to. I don't want to go an angle. I want to stay the way I'm going. So let me double check this real quick and see if there's a way to do this. Snap angle 15 degrees. 1. Let's see what that does. All right. Well, guess what? We're going to try that. All right. Let's see how we turn out here. I don't know why the computer would want me to go that way, but we're going to do it. We're going to try it and see, but at least my lines will be straight. I should have done it at the end of this row. That's what I should have done. But now I'm hands-free completely. It's doing it for me. But yeah, I think I see, because if we do bales, this is what I'm thinking. If we do bales on this map, we're going to have a straw blower and things like that. But if I do a loading wagon, I'm thinking you can store it in a silo, but I don't know how. I guess people still do that, I guess. It's still realistic. I mean, they pick up with a loading wagon. I've seen them. Otherwise, you wouldn't make them. People put it in a clamp. But you know what we could do? We could put a silage clamp down there. No. The reason why I say that is because you don't want your straw wet at all. So we would have to have a cover over it. So let me do, after today, during the day sometime tomorrow, let me do some sort of investigating and find out what kind of silage bunkers people have made mods with. And the reason I say that is because if we can find one that's covered, we can dump our straw right from the loading wagon in there and then load it out with a bucket loader. Or we can just bypass it and use a silo. It's, half a dozen one another to me. But either way, this way, I just feel like now that we're doing back to basics and we're doing everything the way we should and we're playing the way we should and my energy level is back to where it belongs, it just feels right now. It feels like we're supposed to be playing this way. When I did that 20-minute video, I was like, I uploaded it and I was like, okay, it just felt weird. It felt out of place. It just felt different. And I would have rather had it to where we started it the right way. Now, that, unfortunately, what we just did was wrong. You don't want to drag your header through your straw, or you would have picked it up. Holden will nail me on that one. Trust me. Man, I'll tell you, I absolutely love Farmer Z. But, man, he gave me a headache last night. He windrowed up. He mowed it with the big M500. And it put it in a windrow. And then he came and tedded it afterwards. And I was like, oh, this is giving me a headache. But I love the guy. He's almost like a brother to me. So, I love him. He's pretty cool. And you know what? The cool thing about it is let people play the way they want to play. It's their game. Down here, and now we will have some straight lines. And I won't be getting these pie-shaped fields. Man, I love my, what do you call it there? My vehicle control add-on, absolutely, for me, is the best. Because now I can just move my camera and I can talk and it can just go. A lot of you guys like use that GPS the same way. There, as I crack my back. Get us going. I have to remember if this snaps the angle like this. But I think I'm going to add this field. Put this field with that field. Eventually, so that we'll have these two big ones. Or I might just keep this one the same. This is a good size field, actually. I mean, we're getting what we get off of it. Like, well, we got 18,000 the first time off of it. We'll probably have close to that again. It's pretty cool. Oh, I almost forgot. You guys ready for the answer to the trivia? I told you guys. I told you. One more time, I told you. You guys aren't not gonna believe what I'm about to tell you about the Ford truck. I asked you guys the answer to answer the question, the 1972 Ford big block motor. Okay? What engine did it standard come with? How many horsepower, what standard size engine? When I looked that up today, I was blown away of how little tiny, turn your head everyone, I'm picking up some straw. I was blown away. The 1972 F100 truck, our Bumblebee truck down there that we have. Right? It came with factory, a 3.9 liter engine, 105 horsepower. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Now, by the end of 1972, though, it came with different factory settings. You could get it from 142 horsepower all the way up to 255 in 1 year. But it started in the beginning of 1972. And yes, Fury was alive at that point. In 1972, when that truck came out, 3.9 liter engine, 105 horsepower. That's it. Now, my 2021 Chevy Cruze, okay, that has 278 horsepower from the factory. And it's a quick little car. I'm not going to lie. My wife picked it. Of course, it's white. But you look at the newfangled cars that are coming out that are all computerized and everything, and they're coming out with 200, 250. In 1972, 105 horsepower. Now, it did have 500 cubic yards of torque. So, that's why everybody and their brother in the farming business used the F100. Because it was a beast as far as it could pull a lot, but it didn't have a lot of horsepower. But what they did is the Ford company, they put a lot of torque in it. I mean, 500 cubic feet of torque for an F-150 or F-100 is absolutely insane. It would pull this harvester probably. Of course, it would do a bunch of wheelies, but because it wasn't very heavy. Oh, and the other thing, it only weighed 1,700 pounds. So it was super light. Super, super, super light. And then by 1973, the F-250 dropped. And then by 1975, the F-350 was out. So it did not take them long to realize that farm trucks and big trucks, they needed more horsepower. It was absolutely insane. Hey, Ross. Fury's getting straight lines this time. Not getting pie-shaped. About 10 minutes left. You guys can follow right along up in the corner. When we get done at 11 o'clock, we'll be done. And then I'm going to save the game right then, and we're going to pick it up. You guys have expressed to me, more of you than I can ever count. We're at 40, 50, 60 of you now have come to me and said, whether it's in my DMs or on a comment, have said to me that you enjoy following along like a story mode with me, literally from the beginning to the end. So, oops. We may even have to eventually upgrade this harvester to the biggie. These hills are killer. I have absolutely zero stopping power. There. See, I love the... I tried to steer into it, but I love the vehicle control add-on. It's just, it makes it so much easier for me. That doesn't mean the GPS. I will be using the GPS mod for my multiplayer because Ranger likes the GPS a lot better. So I compromise and I use it for him, but I won't use it when I drive because I don't like that mod. I'll put it in for him. He also likes the Def mod, the Def Blue or whatever, for realism purposes. And we're going to have, our Black Sheep modding subsoiler. Same one we're going to have on this map. But it'll be very few. So those of you who want to join me, make sure by Tuesday that you're going to sign up for it, and what you're going to sign up in the comments. And I'm going to open it up, and we can have a possible of 8 people on. I do have to reserve at least one space for on one of the weeks for Farmer Z, because he went through a lot of trouble downloading all the mods that I had for the last game and updating all the mods, and he couldn't get in because we stopped it. So in defense of him, I want to give him at least one shot somewhere down the line. But right now, the only one that's guaranteed every week that will play with me is Ranger. And we're going to pick between Clarkson Farm, the 4X, or Calmston Farm, the Oxygen David map, because the Calmston has that big section, big grass field up by 23 there. It's completely flat, and Ranger can build to his heart's content up there, and he can have just a blast building the farm, and we won't have to clear any land for him. He can just start up there and start building, and I can start on farming, and we can just start making that sort of thing. But this is going to be my single player on this one. Oh, watch this. Turn your head, everyone, as I coast down the hill. Well, now that I'm rolling, I might as well just drive up there. That's crazy. I just got talking. Next thing, I was at 89%, and I didn't think anything of it. So this makes 28,000 that we've got off this field. So that's cool. That trailer fits about 20,000. So we might stay with this harvester because it fits 2 full harvester loads in that trailer. Because if I got the one that held 17,000, I wouldn't be able to. It'd only be one load, and I'd have to go empty it. This way, I can harvest twice. Yep, fit about the same as it was before. Bye. We'll be back. And the nice thing is I can go right back to where I was and hit the vehicle control add-on. Where was I here? Oh, there it was. And I can just hit my one little button. I have my vehicle controls set up for left and right alt. All I can do is hit left alt on my computer, and it brings up the menu. And then right alt, and look, I'm right back in it again. Boom, done. So I'm hoping you guys enjoy this. I'm going to promise a couple of the guys that I'm not going to spend the time looking at numbers anymore. I'm just going to put out the best quality, the best videos, and have as much energy. Because I think what happened on Forest Valley, I don't think a lot of our viewers here like the forestry maps. I don't think you guys do. I think you guys like the realistic farming with the towns and the like coming and building your own farm is great, but everybody and their brother's doing it, so you don't want to build your farm. So like if I do a build your farm type thing, I'm gonna have the farm built already. But and the other thing is who wants to come and watch me chip up 4,000 trees in a map? I mean, we were on day what were we on? Day like 18? No, we made it to the next month. So we went 30 full days. We were on the next month. A lot of that I played off camera, but I put out like 16 videos of that. And we were at like 1,200 or 1,300 trees already, and there's still thousands and thousands and thousands. And a lot of you guys were just like, okay, all right, Jim, I don't want to see you chipping up any more trees anymore. It's one thing to watch like 10 episodes of harvesting, because there's not really a lot going on. You're harvesting so you can talk and you can do the things you need to do. But when you're doing trees, it's like I found myself literally almost falling asleep. I was like, okay, this is crazy talk. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So this will be cool. And we'll do 1 hour at a time, and we're at 11 o'clock. So if it ends up to be 12 episodes a day, but like I said, we're going to play it differently. I've learned a lot of lessons. We're going to play it to where, like, if it starts to rain, we're just going to fast forward until it stops raining. And if we're done for the day, if it's 4 o'clock, we look at each other. Well, I look at myself, actually, and I say, well, there's not much left to do. I'll fast forward to the next month. And we'll keep it just going. So there may be some months, to get through a month. Some of it may be 12 episodes. Sometimes it may be 6. Like, I know for a fact, I've played long enough in this game to know that by the time you're middle of January, February, it starts to get dark at like 4 o'clock in game. So at that point in time, you only have to play from like 8 till 4, which is only 10 hours. So that's only 10 episodes max. And if there's any snow or anything to clear, that's going to take priority. Because here's what we're going to do. When it gets to the end of October, we're going to follow the realistic rules. When it gets to the end of October after Halloween and the last harvest moon, we are not going to do anything field resorted, because the fields are going to be technically frozen. See what I mean? So then we're going to have to start doing things like taking care of our animals. And at that point, I'm going to take a shot out like Daggerwind, and I'm going to do things like maybe even speed the clock up for that. Whoops. Why am I not hooked up? Oh, because I'm off center. It was like, you're hooked up, Fury. There we go. See, I just got to pay attention. Actually, you know what? It's a good spot to... Whoops. There we go. My fault. So let's take this wagon down in the last couple of minutes. We'll say our goodbyes, and I'll empty this into the silo, and we'll wrap it up. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the loading wagon. That'll make sense. We'll just dump it in the silo for now, and then we'll have straw till we're blue in the face, and we'll go from there. Look, Russ, I got decent lines now. It's pretty cool. All right, everyone, as I say my goodbyes. Oh, you know what? I can drive with my steering wheel, so this is a little more realistic. I usually drive my truck sim with one hand on the mouse so I can see. All right, everyone. Please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. It's important to me and everyone else. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit the little notification bell. Tell your friends. Everybody, so we can get as many people in here, because when we hit 1,000 subs, I've got a big plan. I got big plans. That's what my next goal is to hit 1,000 subs. Right now, we're almost 600. But we're doing it the right way. So, just take care of yourselves. Enjoy the family. I'm glad that I had the epiphany and that we're going to do things the right way. And there we are, everyone. It's 11 o'clock. I will catch you all on the flip side. I want to show you something real quick, though. This is that manure pile. Okay? it just comes right on the ground. You got to be careful because it is a big footprint, as you can see, but it holds 4 million liters. So if you put it too far, like close to something, it will put it inside. So what I always say is take your this thingy here is your guide, and bring it out far enough to where you can actually see it. And that's it. All right, everyone, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, bright and early here, back on Greenlands at 11 o'clock a.m. Sorry, as I make my usual cough and clear my throat and finish up. Fury Machine will love each and every one of you, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. I'll catch you tomorrow.